Welcome back to Fallout 3, where today we're going to be taking a look at some alien weapons. For this one, we're going to be taking a look at the Alien Blaster, its unique variant, the Fire Lance, and the other one that at least shares the same model as the Alien Blaster, which is the Captain's Sidearm. So these weapons are generally one-of-a-kind weapons, although you can get multiple Alien Blasters in Fallout 3, so it's a weapon that showed up through pretty much all of Fallout's history. The alien weapons have always existed in the Fallout universe, and we've gotten them through pretty much every single game. So the Alien Blaster makes a reoccurrence once again, and the way that you can get the regular Alien Blaster is just go to the crashed wreck site and pick this up. There's also going to be some ammo laying around the area, and you can pick that up too. Ammo is limited, and this uses the Alien Power Cell, which is a very limited resource. You can't actually get any more of it besides at the crash of the Alien Blaster, the Enclave base later on in Broken Steel. That one actually has a second Alien Blaster that you can pick up, but I believe it's locked behind either a hard or a very hard lock. And you can also get some alien cells from the Fire Lance, but that one is also rare to find. And you can't actually really rush this if you have all of the DLCs. The main reason why is because whenever you go to the crash site, then this immediately starts up the Mothership Zeta DLC. So you'll be automatically taken to the DLC if you want to do that. And that's going to make it so you can't just get the Alien Blaster right away. If you don't have the DLCs, or at least not that DLC enabled, then you can actually rush it and grab it. And like I said, the other one is at the very end of Broken Steel, which is at the very end of the main campaign. So you have to go through the entire main campaign and go through all, or almost all, of Broken Steel's campaign in order to actually obtain it at the Enclave base. So this is generally going to be a later game weapon. So let's go over the stats of the Alien Blaster. The Alien Blaster does 100 damage per shot, which is really high. This does 300 damage per second, which is also insanely high. This has the only 100 times crit chance besides its unique variant, so regardless of what your luck is, even if you have one luck, you're always going to hit a crit with the Alien Blaster, which adds an additional 100 damage on top of this because that's what its crit is. Unless it's a sneak crit, then it will do even more. So really high damage there. This only costs 20 action points. It's really good in a VATS build. This has 0 spread, so it is very accurate, although it does have travel time. This acts similar to like the plasma rifle or plasma pistol. This holds 10 rounds in it. This weighs 2, and this has 125 shots in it before it breaks. You can get more than 125 shots in total for the weapon, but there's not a ton of shots for this weapon. And that's going to be like the major con to this. So let's talk about the pros and cons. Pros are kind of what you'd expect. High damage, high crit chance, high DPS, no spread. It has pretty much just great stats all across the board. The major cons to these weapons, though, is the limited ammo. Once you run out of ammo with this, you cannot get any more unless you're willing to either find the Fire Lance and pick up the various ammo that's laying around on the ground, which you're not going to get very much from that. Or you have to go through all of Broken Steel and then get the other Alien Blaster and the ammo that's there. And then once that runs out, you're done. You don't have any more ammo unless you want to cheat it in. So the ammo situation can be really rough. The other problem with the Fire Lance is that it's completely random as to where it's going to spawn in the world. It does spawn at any sort of random event, but that can be all over the wasteland. So you might find this right at the very start of the game, or it might be the final random encounter that you actually do find. It can vary heavily, and it's by far the easiest weapon to miss, because even if you know the location of where it actually landed, sometimes it can fall through the floor, sometimes it can fall through objects, and it's going to be about impossible for you to find it unless you have Dogmeat there. Dogmeat can find the Fire Lance a whole lot easier because you can tell him to go and search weapons, and he can find the Fire Lance. So as long as you know the general location, you can have him do that. You can also have him pick up the ammo too, which can be kind of useful if you want to get all of the ammo that you can out of this. There is also one perk that we should talk about with these weapons, and it's only really for the Fire Lance, but that's Pyromaniac, because the Fire Lance does count as a fire weapon. It's one of the few weapons it does, and giving it 50% more damage makes it the strongest out of all of these weapons. So in a Pyromaniac build, that one is the best, but that one comes with its own issues. So it can be good, but you may not want to be building for Pyromaniac if you're going to go with an energy weapon build. This makes it very difficult to actually rank the Alien Blaster and its unique variant, and for an overall rating, I mean, in terms of just stats, the Alien Blaster should be an easy S tier or broken tier. It is very strong, but since it has limited ammo, you can't refill that ammo. I would say it's a far less. I would probably put this into like C tier. It's okay. It's really good when you do want to use it, even if you're not using an energy weapon build, but you're just going to save it for special occasions. And if you are doing that, it's really, really good. So same thing goes with its unique variant, the Fire Lance. Like I stated, the Fire Lance is completely random as to where it shows up. Once you go to one of these locations, there will be an explosion in the air. You'll get some radiation. A bunch of alien cells will be flung across the ground. And then the Fire Lance will also be somewhere on the ground, assuming the ground doesn't eat it. Getting dog meat is the easiest way to get the Fire Lance. It's a bit more difficult to actually just find it and pick it up, especially in certain areas. So finding this one isn't a guarantee. The Fire Lance does 80 damage per hit, which is less than the Alien Blaster, but if you have Pyromaniac, you get 50% more damage, so it is higher. This also does 2 fire damage for 5 seconds. This burns any enemy that you hit. This one has 243 damage per second, still 100 times crit chance, 80 crit damage, which is still very good. Costs 20 action points, has 0 spread, holds 10 rounds in it, weighs 2 weight, and then it actually has far less item health at only 63. You can only shoot 63 shots through the Fire Lance before it breaks. So that's another really big downside, because you can't fix the Fire Lance with anything else besides Alien Blasters, which there's only 2 of, so you probably don't want to do that. You will probably end up using the Alien Epoxy to fix this up, or talking to a trader to fix this up. And if you do talk to a trader, this one is going to be really expensive. So Alien Epoxy is probably the way to go with this one. This one, again, can be even stronger than the Alien Blaster if you've built specifically for Pyromaniac, which is kind of, inconsistent if you don't get this weapon. So this is going to be another C tier, potentially even lower than the Alien Blaster, because at least those are in guaranteed locations. You can always go and get them. And the ammo is also guaranteed around them too. Whereas the Fire Lance, if you just find it and pick it up, you're probably only going to get 20-30 shots out of it, and that's about it. Let's move on to the other weapon that we have here, which is the Captain Sidearm. This one has the same model as the Alien Blaster and the Fire Lance, but this one doesn't use the alien power cells. This one uses the alien modules, which these ones are a lot more common. You're going to find a bunch of these on the mothership itself, and this is your reward for beating the captain of the ship and taking his gun. So this one works a little bit differently, because this one acts as a shotgun style weapon. It fires out multiple shots from this, which is pretty strong. Shotgun weapons are really strong, and when this one doesn't have the ammo limitations of the other one, this one is probably the best for practical use. This one does 35 damage per shot, which is pretty decent, 105 damage per second, which is also good, has a 1x crit modifier, does 240 crit damage. Because this is a shotgun, every single pellet or every single energy ball from this gun can hit a crit, so you can stack up damage pretty high. This does have fairly wide spread though, so it's not as consistent as some other shotguns. This one costs 20 action points to use in VATS 2, which is fairly low, has 3 spread as you would kind of expect it as a shotgun, so it's got some spread to it. This one holds 30 rounds in it, but it consumes 3 ammo every time that you shoot it, so this is actually just 10. Meaning that it will eat through ammo faster than any of the other alien weapons. This one weighs 2 weight as well, and this one has 714 shots in it before it breaks. That is a whole lot better than the other weapons. It's a lot more durable. There is really nothing that fixes this up though, so Alien Epoxy is probably going to be the way to go if you would like to use this as a sidearm. And this one is really strong. Shotgun weapons in Fallout 3 are insanely strong. This one isn't as strong as some of them. This one's pretty much on par with something like the Protectron's Gaze, which is easier to get. So I'm going to put this into S tier. I don't think I'm going to quite put it up into the broken tier, because I don't think it's as busted as like the Combat Shotgun, Polson's Revolver, Terrible Shotgun. Even it's probably not even as strong as like the full-size double barrel shotgun, and certainly not the Metal Blaster. So it's one of the more fair shotguns. I rarely use this one. I mean, you already get Polson's Revolver from it, and I think that's a bit better, as well as the other alien weapons I tend to use more than this one. I just don't really like the way this one functions for me personally. I could see it being argued up into the broken tier though, because it is really strong, and if you're only hitting sneak crits with it, it's going to do really high damage. So that'll do it for the alien weapons, at least these ones. There are still some more alien weapons that we need to talk about, but those will have their own separate videos. Tell me your thoughts on the Alien Blaster and its unique variants. I would really like to hear that. This one has been requested, and thanks everybody for requesting it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye, everybody!